Lamont Datway Jones, raw and uncut.
Yo, 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 yo. What up? What it do, YouTube? Yep, that's right. It's that boy, Lamont, Datway Jones, back in the building. Yep, you heard it right. It's that boy they call Lamont, Datway Jones, back in the building. And with that being said, my people, I just wanted to thank everybody who decided to stop and rock with that boy they call Lamont. Datway Jones, this way. You dig? And with that being said, my good people, topic of discussion is, as you can already see, but I'm still gonna let you know anyway, when it comes to that boy, that big ballin' ass boy that they call Dwayne or D.Wade, you dig? And I know it's been a whole lot of different, you know what I'm saying, backlash. Well, in other words, I know that he's been getting a whole lot of extra backlash from this, you know what I'm saying? But before I jump off deep off into this topic, my people, I'm just gonna say this. I didn't make this video to judge D.Wade or his wife, Mrs. Gabrielle Union. My main purpose for making this video is because, just like it has always been said and been known, that everybody has their own opinion about certain things in life, especially, you dig? And that's why I'm telling you, my people, didn't come to judge. I just came to give, my thoughts and beliefs on the decision that they decided to make. Now, that being said, my people, you got to think and ask about, excuse me, you ever thought to stop and ask yourself, and then a lot of people say it's a money thing. Okay, then not really. What I mean by that is it's not necessarily a money thing. I don't give a damn how much money you got. In other words, what I'm saying, people, is if I was super rich like Dwayne Wade and his wife, that still would not change the fact of me agreeing with my 12-year-old child. In other words, that still wouldn't change the fact, of me letting my 12-year-old child think that he or she is going to make those type of decisions at that age. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. No, 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 no. Now, let me clarify this. Now, when that child, just in other words, if that and this is the way, these is the some of the things and rules and regulations that I live by. Let's first get that understood, okay? And the reason I say that is this. Now, if I was in Mr. Wade's shoes, okay, like I said, wouldn't give a damn how much money I got. That still would not make me be like, okay, when my 12-year-old kid is trying to tell me that this is the decision that it wants to make at that young of an age. There's no damn way. Because if any of my children in my household, decide to think or feel like that they want to make that type of decision at that age, I'm sorry, I'm putting my foot down. And the reason I say that is I'm gonna put it down to the point to where, guess what? Because my grandmom and them and my great granny and all them people like that, they've always told me, son, enjoy, your life as a youngster. I didn't really understand that at the time when I was a youngster, because I used to take those type of speeches like that in stride, like, uh, okay, enjoy being a youngster. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? And until I actually got grown, and they also used to tell me, and the reason, well, in other words, I didn't even finish that sentences, my people. Excuse me, but after she used to tell me that, I used to ask her. I used to be like, "Why you say that, Grandma?" She used to be like, "Because, son, when you're grown, you're on your own." And I was like, "Okay." She was like, "In other words, she was like, son, you just really wouldn't understand." But she still was. She said, you still. She was, in other words, she was like, son, you too young to understand, okay? And then she used to, say stuff to me like, um, you know, she used to try to break it down for me, but like I didn't really, like I said, I really didn't understand it because of the young age that I was, at the time. She used to try to explain these type of things to me. And as I got older, I realized the reason she was saying when you're grown, you're on your own is pretty much exactly what it meant. Like, you know, may God rest her soul. She used to tell me stuff like that. And when I got old enough to realize what she was saying, I was like, damn, it actually meant exactly, what it said. When you're grown, you're on your own. In other words, the reason I'm breaking all this when you're grown, your own stuff and all these, points and lectures I never understood from my elders, as I was coming up as a child until I got grown is this. Because if he would have been a kid that age in my house, there's no way I would have agreed with with anything like that. I would not have agreed with no shit like that, period. I'm sorry. I would have told him or she, or him or her, or he or she, look, when you get grown, you can do whatever you want. When you get grown and on your own, you can do whatever you want. Okay? But while I'm raising you, I'm gonna let them know I was always raised and taught, to the point by my peers and my elders is, you know, completely, different. You know what I'm saying? In other words, I would explain to them we didn't get to make those type of decisions when, we was, their age, and we didn't. And I would have to, because I would have to explain. I would have explained to that child if any 12-year child, 12, excuse me, y'all, if any 12-year-old child of mine was to come to me like, Daddy, this is what I want to be. I'm gonna be like, what? Like, who the hell have you been talking to? Like, my first questions would be, where? I mean, who? What made you have this thought? Was this a person or someone that put this thought in your head, or was it something that you saw on TV, or was it something that you just thought of? I would have to find out where my child even got that type of idea, especially if it's a boy, telling me these type of things like he son did. That's, well, he says, I don't know if he or she is already I mean she, or what, but I would have told my kid, like, no, basically this, I would have just told my kid, look, if I would have got a question or them asking me, because the way he was talking on that show, he was talking like, you know what I'm saying. He was actually talking to the lady like, which was Gail King. He was actually talking to her like, he like I'm trying to remember, man, because I just watched it not long ago, but the way he was answering, her questions, like he was pretty much letting the kid, have, its way, if you will. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yes, straight up. Yes, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I just found that like hard to believe. Like during that interview, he was acting like whatever the kid wanted to do. Like he didn't have a say so. Like even though yeah he's the parent, but he was pretty much saying where he was answering her questions. He was pretty much answering her questions like like when me and her, which is his wife, decided to sit down and listen to it. I mean, he was in the way he was saying that it was kind of how can I put this stressful. Then if you really if you really pay attention to his actions, he also was like pretty much just making it seem like it was whatever his kid wanted is what all that pretty much mattered to him. In other words, he was acting like he would have rather had a daughter, you know what I'm saying, and instead of a son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm serious. Be excuse me, y'all, because in other words, what I'm trying to say, my people, is it seemed like during the interview he was trying to like put it all on the kid, like, well, we didn't push her into doing these things. In other words, he was answering her questions like it was the kid that came to us and told us that this is what it really wanted. Okay, even if it did fall that way, you still are the parent. Okay, don't you wouldn't you have found that a little odd if you would have knew somebody back when you was that age, one of your friends that actually wanted to do something like that? You wouldn't have been used to nothing like that. Like I said, back in the day, yeah, anybody can say whatever the hell they want to say. Mr. D.Wade, Mr. Gabrielle, I mean, excuse me, Mrs. Gabrielle Union. Let me get something straight with you guys. Even though I know I've already quoted this once, but I'm just really want to just ask, just straight up this time. Have you any of you ever stopped to ask yourselves, is that something that you would have known? I mean, how your parents are, okay? I guarantee you that both of you guys will agree with me on this. There's no way, even if you, I'm not saying that you guys did, but I don't know. But anyway, the bottom line is this: if any one of you guys would have thought about going to your parents with those type of you know what I'm saying, decisions at that age, y'all know damn well they would not have flew with you with y'all's parents. It's okay, because I feel like this, man. It's like it seems like nowadays when it comes to stuff like this, it's like that it's damn near being forced, you know, on children. You know what I'm saying? I'm so serious, and I'm not. And listen, I'm not saying this in any disrespectful way to offend anybody. Well, talking to all grown ups. If you're a grown up and you're in the LGBT community or whatever, I'm not saying this to disrespect anybody of that nature. As long as you're grown. See, in other words, and when a grown person decides to do this, that's cool. But it's not cool when you, like he claimed, when you decide to let the kid make those type of decisions. Because like Lil Boosie was saying, and that's why I fully agree with Lil Boosie. He's only 12 years old. He's not even gotten old enough to that point to where he can make those type of decisions on his own, even though that's what they claim, or that's how they claim it happened. And then on top of that, I mean, you got to think about this: the brain doesn't finish developing until you're in your middle, or should I say early 30s. A lot of people don't even know that. I mean, it develops some when the child finally starts to develop into a teen, But that's another reason why I can't believe that they're actually trying to say that they agreed with this kid, because I feel like this, Mr. Wade, you are a superstar NBA basketball player married to a beautiful wife. And the reason I say that is because of this. Think about this, man. You would think that by that being your son, man, that's what you would want. You want your son to be just like you, right? At least that's because, I mean, don't get me wrong. When they get grown and on their own, they don't have to be exactly like you, but you want them to. In other words, when it comes to just making smart and wise decisions, especially, you want them to be like you in those terms. In other words, you don't want your kid to grow up to the point to where you felt like he done made such of an ass out of him or his or herself to the point to where it's an embarrassment to the family. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I say that a lot of people don't want their kid to come up and show certain people that they're so idiotic to the point to where they'll start to wonder, like, damn, what type of parents do you have? Who raised you? In other words, see what I'm saying? You don't. That's one of the main goals of parenting in my book. You want to raise your child to be, if nothing else, at least if nothing else, these two things: smart and successful. Okay. And I feel like that was not a smart decision. And that's why I would have thought that a guy like Dwayne Wade is successful of a heterosexual man that he is, he would actually consider letting his 12-year-old son, which he says is about to be his daughter, actually make these type of changes at such of a young age. Cause like Boosie said, man, when that kid gets older, you don't know how it might feel. And I've seen a lot of these type of programs when people actually did that. Like when it came to like actually removing their regular normal organs that they were born with, they regret it, dude. I swear they regret the this because of the multiple issues like discomfort, and I can go on and on with it, but I'm not going to get that deep off into it. My main point is I'm trying to make is this: you don't want that to be your son or your daughter, or especially your son. Okay, to get to that age to where he wish he was still a boy because his brain is now fully developing with age. That's why they say with age comes wisdom. You don't want to make you don't want to let him make that type of decision at that age. That's what Boosie was saying, because once he gets to a certain age to where his brain is actually developed a little more, to the point to where he'll you don't know he might get to that point to where he'll feel like, damn, like I really like Boosie said, this girl, whatever, and realize, well, damn, I can't even show her affection. Just at least let your son experience what it feels like to reach puberty. At least give him that. At least give him that bit of a leeway, if you will. You dig? I mean, damn, man. Jeez. And like I said, I don't have anything against the LGBT community, but I don't have any problem with gays or lesbians or whatever you call yourself, to those who are decide to live that way. I have nothing against you guys. Only thing I have against that type of stuff is when I feel like it's being forced. In other words, I feel like when it comes to this kid, in a way, it's kind of being forced. Okay, why would Gabrielle Union take him to an LGBT parade? Not saying there was nothing wrong with it, but think about this. It's like, in other words, it's this back to the point to where I was saying, what I was saying. That's why, to the point to where I was saying, that's one of the reasons why I feel like it's being forced. You dig? But like I was saying, people. I mean, I don't know, man. If I know my people wouldn't have went for that if I would have even thought of making. I barely even got to make decisions on what the hell I could wear to school every day. She let alone make a decision on whether I want to be what the Most High put me here to be, or the opposite sex. Shit. There's no way I would have got away with no shit like that. Period, dude. Probably would have got beaten just for even having that type of thought back when I was that age. I am so serious, man. That's why I don't know, man. But before I close this out, I just got one last message for Mr. Wade and his wife. You gotta stop and ask yourself, while you guys are wanting to make it seem like y'all leaving it all up to the kid. No, he's still a kid. In other words, y'all are his legal guardians, his parents. Okay. In other words, when it comes to a kid, okay, there is no way that the majority of parents in today's world, especially a married couple that's been together forever with children, are gonna let their kids make those type of decisions at that age. I don't give a damn how you put it. That's the reason why, if you really think about it and look at this case, it's really kind of odd. You dig? It's still making me wonder. Still got lots of wonders, but like I said, my people, I could go on and on for days about this topic. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it. You know what I'm saying? On this note, like I just said, that's really a question that they really should stop and ask themselves before they actually, decide to not at least let this kid, or at least try to talk this kid into at least experiencing boyhood. At least, I mean, you guys did what I'm saying. At least give that kid that much satisfaction to at least let him experience and feel, and I mean, what it is to be, a boy or a teenage man. In other words, a young man. At least give him that much, you know what I'm saying, space, and not be like, I'm surprised that y'all are being, and like just up straight jump the gun just because this is something that he sat down and told y'all he wanted to do. Y'all was like, oh, okay, well, instead of being like, well, son, you sure you know what I'm saying? That's why I've never, this way, I've never understood, why some people in general, why people just can't accept. Well, in other words, I'm gonna rephrase that. This is something that always has puzzled me. I guess it's because of my upbringing. And the reason I say that is this, because of this question. I just wanted to ask all my viewers. Like, I just wanted to know, and I've always wondered why. Why is it that people can't accept, who they are, who the Most High God made them to be when it comes to their gender? I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. If you're a grown person and decided to do that, who am I to tell you how to live your life? Only point I'm trying to make is this. These are just my thoughts. I've always wondered why a lot of people can't accept, you know, who they really were put here to be. You dig what I'm saying? I've never understood that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I've never understood why people just can't accept the fact. They were put here. You know, they were really put here. To be. What they really. Were really put here. I'm just still sitting here, just still scratching my head, people. Like, so I just had to just stop, and because I'm this is really got me kind of puzzled. Why would you let your kid, you know, as they put it, make these type of decisions at that young of an age, which is an age that they know if they would have tried something like that back when they was that, was that age coming up, that there's no way in the hell it would have went like that. But anyway, you guys, like I was saying, I'm gonna just say this one last time, and I'm gonna end this video, okay? I've still never, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I've never understood why people. It seems like as times progress, more and more people it's starting to seem like more and more people are starting to feel like they just cannot accept, you know, what and who they were really put, you know, here to be. If you guys, you know what I'm saying, feel where I'm going with this, you dig? It's like it's the number is increasing more and more. It's like, in other words, it seems like to me that it's more and more people are start to seem like more and more people starting to feel like that they just cannot accept or don't or should I say don't want to accept, you know, what they were really put here to be, you know. But hey, like I said, if you're wrong, you're on to each his own, their own, okay. But that's just something that I've still, or I've always wondered about, and still, you know, wonder about, to this day. You know what I'm saying? But man, yeah. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna say this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Listen, if you have kids and if you got a family, if you or your lady or you or your man is raising kids together and everything seems beautiful as it should be when it comes to family being together, or at least at least a halfway decent family, just please take this and stride, and please, I just want you guys to remember, like I said, if y'all are the type that's had or what I mean by had, you know, a good relationship, or should I say, or have a good relationship. Put it like that. And y'all raising kids together, let those kids be kids, man, until they get old enough to make those type of decisions on their own. It is, at least let that kid experience what it really feels like to be the gender they are, okay, before you guys decide to let your child make those type of decisions. You did. Anyway, you guys, with that being said, I just wanted to thank everybody who decided to stop and rock with that boy they call Lamont. Datway, Jones, this way. You dig? And with that being said, my good people, may the Most High continue to bless you and all your families while you're out on that paper chase swimming with them sharks during the rat race. You dig? With that being said, my good people, till next time, stay tuned. And if you guys like any of my commentary, or when it comes to any of my videos, if you're one of the people that watches the Lamont Datway Jones channel, make sure you guys hit that like button, and if you hadn't already, subscribe to the channel. You dig? Until next time, my people, peace out.